Okay, Rich, what are we playing today then?
Right, so we've played some of the major shoot-'em-ups released in the mid-80s that were ported to the NES. So I thought today we would play one of the major ones released for the Master System. So today we're going to attempt to complete Fantasy Zone for the Sega Master System.
Yes!
So have you got any experience with the game?
No, none at all.
You have played the Mega Drive game.
I played the Mega Drive one, but I haven't played this one.
So Chris is a big fan of the Mega Drive Super Fantasy Zone game, but he's never actually played the original.
Nope.
So do you want to try it out?
Let's go.
So Chris is going to play first. We're going to alternate because there's a two-player option on here. You already know how to play the game, don't you?
Yeah.
So in the game, the main aim is to sort of destroy these bases here, which create enemies. Every time you destroy an enemy, you get some money from it. You collect the money, and then you go into a shop and you can purchase upgrades for yourself, as you can see here. The only ones I think that are permanent are the speed ones and twin bombs. That one's permanent. So yeah, I generally get big wings and twin bombs, but if you want to go super fast, then try jet engine out. You got the boss fight. Move back away a bit here.
There it is. Collect the coins. Get most of the big ones first. Is it me still?
Yeah, it looks like
Until
it's
I
you.
die?
Yeah.
Okay. Weapon 1, twin shot or 7-way shot. Yeah, that's right. Good. There you go. This is the stuff. This is how you do the game real quick.
It's quite a cool little gameplay mechanic, this really, isn't it, the shop? I think this might actually be one of the first ever shoot-'em-ups that had a shop, and obviously that ended up being in quite a lot of different games. And this game was massive in Japan as well, much bigger than it was in the rest of the world.
Oh, it would be though. This is definitely Japanese fodder, isn't it? They love this kind of stuff.
I don't know how to pronounce the main character's name. It's something like Opa Opa or something like that,
Opa,
isn't it?
Opa.
But he was actually the first mascot of Sega's as well, before Alex Kidd and before Sonic, obviously. And they made quite a lot of these games.
Yeah.
I think they might have made 3 or 4 of them just on the Master System. And obviously there's the sequels and cameos as well. Because Opa Opa was actually in, he was in Zillion. He was sort of like a power-up in Zillion. So he must have been pretty big at one stage.
Oh, they're on the floor? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice and easy. 7 shots, so useful. And you're out of it. Oh, you got another shot. Get another 7-way. 2, 1, 7-way's gone. The last laser. Pew!
Took ages, that one, isn't it? Right, now this bomb
Now
here,
it's 65.
firebomb, is actually super useful for this.
Thank you for telling me. Yeah, thanks
Well,
for that.
I wasn't paying attention.
No, of
So
course
I thought,
not.
I've got stuff to say.
Yeah. You're a scumbag. You knew exactly what you were doing.
These bastards will not die, will they?
8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
This is good for this
3,
section.
2, 1, gone.
Not quite.
Yeah.
Now it's gone, and I'm gone as well.
Oh, I've got another life. Okay, good.
You have to buy some now, aren't you?
Yeah, unfortunately so. It's a ton, yeah?
Yeah.
Just trying to avoid these. Damn it! You've got to kill the first one, which you can't reach.
It's getting worse, isn't it?
Yeah, because you can't kill him. You need to get the first one. He's too high for you. thought I was going to die then. Now, where's my second shop?
You ran straight into that. Oh, God.
That was so dumb. Remember to get the top one first. There you go. Get the top one. Otherwise you won't be able to get up to him. You got this. It's just that top one that fucked you in that last one.
I'm half wondering if I should be ignoring the money, actually. That was just luck that saved me there.
Is this boss rush?
Yeah.
Nice. Taking time off your laser beam. Oh wow, you can just hold it.
What's this one?
Oh, that laughed. He's got very close to you this time.
Good.
Guess you have to do that very quick, otherwise it comes for you, yeah?
They
snake!
They do patterns. I don't know why I'm bothering, because I'm not going to be able to do this bit anyway.
Why?
Because I usually do it with a bomb, and I don't have any bombs. Yeah, that final boss, basically that heavy bomb is best for it. Obviously I didn't buy any heavy bombs. That's
What's
what
the
usually
heavy bomb do?
It actually just destroys whatever it touches. It drops and just destroys everything.
What, kills the boss in one hit?
It won't kill the boss in one hit, but it'll kill the things that come out of its mouth. But a lot of the other bosses will...
You only get one heavy bomb?
No, you can buy multiples of those.
Ah.
And yeah, the heavy bomb, I don't know if you know, but that's actually a reference to Monty Python.
I knew you were going to say that. I wanted to say that.
There's in Monty Python sketches, they used to have a sketch where a big weight would just drop on people, like randomly, effectively.
And it was always 16 tons.
Sort of referencing it. Yeah, so the designer of this game, effectively Sega came over to him and they said that they wanted a Gradius killer. So Gradius was huge at the arcades at the time, and Sega sort of wanted to have something to, you know, compete with it. And he came up with this game. I think he was the sort of guy that always wanted to go his own way, really. So obviously this isn't that similar to Gradius in many aspects. So it's quite an original game.
In an interview, the developer actually said that he was quite a fan of Defender as well, you know, Atari's Defender.
Yeah.
And I think that sort of comes out in this game more so than Gradius, in fact, you know.
Yeah.
The way it scrolls left and right and such.
I'm quite glad he didn't go the way of the Gradius killer, though, because this is quite a unique game. Oh, I dodged the first one and tried to get up the second one.
Right, come on, let's do this.
You have to move.
Right. Done it.
That's a bit naughty. Hold on.
Yep.
I am your father, Luke.
That's exactly what it is. You guessed the ending. So yeah, the ending is basically a spoof of Star Wars. You've been fighting this evil intergalactic empire the whole time, and you find out that the leader is basically your estranged father.
Brilliant. Great ending. Okay, Rich, what do you think of the game?
I think this is a fantastic game, actually. I think this, you know, he was charged with making a response to Gradius. I think in a lot of ways he's done that, but he sort of created a very imaginative and original game, hasn't he? It takes elements from all sorts of things, like Defender as well. Twin Bee maybe had an influence on the graphic style. But yeah, I mean, it's a good game. The bosses are amazing in this game, aren't they? You think
Really
for the
great
time.
bosses,
I mean, they
yeah.
blow Gradius's bosses away entirely. The huge bosses, imaginative bosses, are quite exciting to play against them, isn't it?
Each with their own tactic to try and kill them as well.
The shop system works well. It's quite, I mean, like I said before, I think that might have actually originated in this game for shoot 'em ups. I'm not totally sure because there's always, there's always some obscure game that you haven't heard of. But the shop system is quite interesting as well. You can sort of choose which ones to use for each levels. I mean, mainly we did stick to the same ones, but there are some areas where the other weapons are useful, as we saw, especially that firebomb on that level. You can just, if I was faster, I could have actually zoomed through that level, and one firebomb might have been able to destroy multiples of that, maybe even all of them.
Yeah, if you'd had a jet engine like I had,
yeah,
definitely.
Then because you can outrun the bullet, and the bullet just keeps going across, destroying all of them. So there is some element of the weapons different weapons being useful for different areas, but mainly you want to stick to sort of 7-way. But
I only remember 7-way from Super Fantasy Zone being so good, so I thought I'm going to go 7-way this time, and it proved to be right. It is a very, very good weapon. So.
Yeah. So the level designs, there's not much variation in the actual design of the gameplay of the level, but I think the point of this game is sort of just to be a frenetic arcade-style game, much in the vein of like Defender and such. So I'm not really going to hold that against it. And really, the designer himself said that a lot of this is about the boss fights as well, and I somewhat agree with him there. The boss fights where a lot of the sort of excitement is coming from, with the interesting gameplay and such is coming from. A lot of the variety. I'm not sure about the new bosses. The tortoise is one of the new bosses, and the other one was the fish. And the fish is sort of difficult. It's sort of tricky, isn't it? Those ones are exclusive to the Master System version, I think.
The shark.
Or they were created for the Master System. Yeah, it was a
piranha.
I think. Yeah. Not sure about those bosses. The original ones were slightly more interesting, I think, but I can understand why they would be cut in 1986 from there, because one of them had like all these tentacles that would go across the screen in the arcade version. So obviously they would have struggled to put that into this.
Do fish have tongues? Because that one did.
I don't think fish have tongues.
I don't think they do either.
I don't remember seeing a fish with a tongue.
No, nor do I. That's what I'm going from.
It was probably a space monster anyway, though. Let's be fair here.
Yeah, it just looked
wasn't
like
actually a fish
piranha.
Anyway. So, how do you feel about the game anyway?
I really love that game.
Yeah,
it's so cutesy. It's so much fun. It's fast. It's imaginative. You're constantly thinking yourself dodging about, and I love the shop system. The shop system's fantastic. I wish you were able to go into your items though and be able to change into when you wanted them.
Yeah, in retrospect, that could add another layer to the game, which would have been quite cool. But I mean, this is doing well, and it's nice to have something that's sort of a departure from spaceship shooters as well. If you want to break from spaceship shooters, you play this sort of weird, cartoony kind of psychedelic game instead.
It's really funky, isn't it? It's really colourful. Good music.
Yeah, it's funky. Funky's the word.
Funky is definitely the word. So, what score are you going to give it then?
Well, I thought about this for quite a while because I really like this game, and I thought about, like I said, the level designs and such. But I came to the conclusion that it doesn't really matter. What's been important with this game is just how fun and how exciting the game is, and it really is sort of ahead of its time as well in a lot of ways. So I decide I will give it a full score of 5 out of 5. So what do you reckon then?
Well, I really do love this game, and I really do love the Fantasy Zone series. So there's a lot of nostalgia for me with this, which is a problem. If it wasn't for the nostalgia, I would probably give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah. So
because there is not enough variety in the actual level. It's all in the boss fight, and the boss fights can last very, very short time. So, but
I think a lot of that is us tapping the fire button as fast as possible.
But that's going to be the same for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to tap the fire button. What's it? But the other positives do drag it up just to that 5 score.
So you would prefer Gradius to this game, would you say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just about. I mean, I really do love the Fantasy Zone series. I really do. But this Fantasy Zone and Gradius.
Yeah.
Gradius wins out. Okay, guys, that's Fantasy Zone for this week. Really great game.
Yeah, it is a great game, really, isn't it? It's getting a bit tense there for a little while for me, though.
Yeah, I could see the vein throbbing in his side of his head. So anyway, if you've got the answer about the fish and their tongues, please put it in the comments. Give us a like, and we'll see you next week with another game. Take care, guys.
See ya.
Oh, Christ.
So
slow.
You that's a shame. Oh, okay. That was a fantastic first go, to be fair.